As the Syrian army battles jihadist insurgents in Eastern Ghouta, a mainstream media propaganda campaign is kicking into high gear. CNN is calling this teenage boy, Mohammed Najm, a combat reporter in Eastern Ghouta.
I am Mohammed Najm. I am 15 years old.
But inconspicuously tucked away in the corner of the video is a disclaimer that CNN cannot verify the authenticity of the footage. That's because neither journalists nor human rights workers have access to the area. I spoke to journalist Jonathan Alperi. His book, The Shattered Lens, recounts being held captive by a Free Syrian Army faction for 81 days before a businessman close to the Syrian government secured his release.
Going inside of Ghouta now is very difficult for two main reasons. Number one, I don't think the Syrian government would allow you to do so. And number two, most of the fighters that are inside the pocket are Islamic rebels. And as a foreign journalist, going into these areas is obviously very dangerous, not only from the fact you can get killed, but that's something else, but mostly because you can get kidnapped.
Eastern Ghouta is controlled by a collection of jihadist militias, including Jaish al-Islam, Faylaq al-Rahman, Ahrar al-Sham, and al-Qaeda-linked Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. These groups indiscriminately launch mortars into nearby government-held territory. Jaish al-Islam is known to force women from the minority Alawite sect into cages to be used as human shields. Alperi says media outlets using this unverifiable footage from these areas is a violation of professional journalistic standards.
They have chosen to take footage from people on the ground, and it has been increasingly difficult to find out where this footage is coming from, or even if ethically these people who are involved in producing this footage are to be trusted or not.
So why are mainstream media outlets promoting a Twitter account they can't verify as authentic? Looking at Najm's Twitter account, we see his very first follower is Qusay Noor. The producer of the CNN segment and Qusay Noor follow each other. This BuzzFeed News article claims Noor is Najm's older brother, but Noor's Facebook page contains startling revelations. Here, he poses with jihadist militants from Jaish al-Islam, and here with Faylaq al-Rahman. Here, Noor promotes Abu Muhammad al-Jalani, the leader of al-Qaeda's affiliate in Syria, Jabhat al-Nusra. Among the handful of other accounts Najm follows are CNN's Michael Weiss, the neoconservative pundit who was photographed with militants in Aleppo and once hosted a Draw the Prophet-style rally with Pam Geller, who the Southern Poverty Law Center identified as, quote, the anti-Muslim movement's most visible and flamboyant figurehead. So what's the agenda behind mainstream media outlets promoting unverifiable social media accounts linked to jihadists? This leaked recording may offer a clue. In September 2016, then U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry met with Syrian opposition figures in which Kerry admitted to allowing ISIS to grow in order to force Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's negotiated removal, and admitted that he, quote, lost the argument for a military invasion in Syria.
I worked for 6 campaigns over Aleppo in the last 6 years. Do you know how many there for Aleppo? How many social media campaigns asking for protection for Aleppo? Maybe 1 or 2. In Aleppo we have 6. We have almost each 6 months we have 1.
So you think the only solution is for somebody to come in and get rid of Assad?
Yes.
That's the only solution.
Yes.
Who's that going to be? Who's going to do that?
3 years ago, I would say you, but right now I don't know.
It's a pattern we've seen before. Through social media, Westerners were introduced to 7-year-old Bana Al-Abed. Bana did not speak English, as we see in this interview with Turkish state media outlet TRT.
Do you like the food in Istanbul?
Yes.
What do you like?
Save the children of Syria.
Yeah. Do you like Istanbul?
اسطنبول شو بتحبي بالأكل هون؟
Fish.
In now deleted tweets, Al-Abed's account praised U.S. airstrikes on Syria and called for World War III. She was promoted by CNN's Jake Tapper and even interviewed as an expert on Syria.
What is your message to President Assad?
I am very sad
Bana was awarded Turkish citizenship from President Erdogan and received a book deal through the agent of J.K. Rowling, the author of the famous Harry Potter series. Here, Bana is pictured with Oz Kaderci, a former employee of Turkish state media known for harassing opponents of military action in Syria. Here, Kaderci heckles British Labour Party leader Jeremy Corbyn at an anti-war meeting. While this op-ed is attributed to Mohammed Najm, Kaderci revealed that he ghostwrote the article. Just as CNN did with Bana al-Abed, the video of Mohammed Najm was complete with dramatic background music.
I love Turkey, snow and safe and peace, but I am sad for children of Syria.
I live in the Eastern Ghouta.
You are killed by your silence. Bashar Assad, Putin and Khamenei killed our childhood.
The agenda is clear, a social media blitz exploiting children to tug at Western heartstrings with one aim, yet another war of regime change. In Washington, Dan Cohen, RT.